I would like a word with you, Ninja Gaiden fan. My master ninjas. I gotta have a word with you guys. Oh Lord. What's happened? What's happened to this, to my clan, to my brothers in arms? What happened to you guys? You would think you motherfuckers would be singing Kumbaya. Praise Jesus the Lord, hallelujah. Praise Jesus the Lord, hallelujah. You would think you motherfuckers would be happy to hear that Ninja Gaiden, the quintessential character action game, is back, baby. You know, with Ninja Gaiden 4, Ninja Gaiden Ragebound, and then a re-release of Ninja Gaiden 2 called Ninja Gaiden 2 Black. You would think the community would be happy, but all I'm hearing, all I'm seeing from the community is nothing but complain, complain, complain. That's all I got them here. Complain, complain, complain about everything that's irrelevant. Complain, complain, complain. All right, and you know what? I somewhat get it. I get it. You're passionate about this shit. I am too. This is why I'm doing this video. But I just gotta call a spade a spade. I gotta call shit out when I see it. I'm disappointed in y'all in this community. You know why? Because truth of the matter is this. You know, Ninja Gaiden 2 Black is out right now, and a lot of people's playing it. But you know, there's a little bit of an infight in the community right now on whether or not this is the definitive edition of Ninja Gaiden 2. And I'm just gonna be brutally honest. This is gonna be a very brutally honest video. Ninja Gaiden 2 Black, is this the definitive edition? Absolutely fucking not. But I gotta just be honest, and I know a lot of people's gonna fucking obliterate me. They're gonna be doing obliteration techniques on me. They're gonna be doing ultimates on me. You know, they're gonna be doing the fucking Ninpo moves on me. I already know it, so I'm ready for the Master Ninjas. I'm ready for y'all. I'm ready for all y'all in the comments section on below. But I feel like none of the editions, including Ninja Gaiden 2, the OG version, the vanilla version, for the sake of this video, we're just gonna call it the vanilla version, is truly the quintessential perfect version of Ninja Gaiden 2. I've never felt that way. And this is coming from someone who loves Ninja Gaiden 2. Ninja Gaiden 2 is, to me, one of, if not the best character action game of all time. Next to Devil May Cry 3. Next to Devil May Cry 5. Next to Bayonetta 1. Next to Revengeance. Like, these are, like, to me, the quintessential, or at least my favorite, character action game. And Ninja Gaiden 2 is right there. And even replaying Ninja Gaiden 2 Black for this fucking video, I couldn't help myself but smile and get into the game. I'm here yelling out shit. I'm getting hype. I'm losing my mind and shit. I was having so much fun that half of the time it was even hard to make this video because I'm like, I'm having too much fun. I don't want to even stop playing this game. This game is kick fucking ass. But the OG version is not perfect. The OG version has tons of problems that I don't think anybody in the community really talks about. And I just gotta say, as a Ninja Gaiden fan, I think Ninja Gaiden 2, while has the most coolest combat, the obliteration techniques, the fucking ultimate moves, the blood splatter everywhere, the amount of enemies that's on screen that is super aggressive, you know, the amount of everything this game throws at you. The most iconic scene of the fucking going up the fucking staircase, the staircase scene. Oh my goodness. Oh, peak gaming. Peak gaming. Peak gaming. You ain't even gotta fucking play Ninja Gaiden 2. Just to feel what I'm feeling right now, to know how cool that segment is in Ninja Gaiden 2. Anybody who played Ninja Gaiden 2 knows what the fuck I'm talking about. That moment in the game is peak action game shit. However, the things I'm praising it for is also its detriment. Because even though the creator of the reboot Ninja Gaiden series, Itagaki, is a genius, He made a unbalanced fucking game. This game is super unbalanced. The OG version is super unbalanced. Super unbalanced with how much enemies I saw on screen, how overwhelming they can be at sometimes. It doesn't help that the camera's not all that great half of the time, so you can't sometimes see what the fuck is going on. But more importantly, this was not the case with the first Ninja Gaiden game. Ninja Gaiden, as much as people say Ninja Gaiden is hard, Ninja Gaiden is hard but fair. I always felt like if there was any mistake I made in Ninja Gaiden, that was on me. In the first Ninja Gaiden, all my mistakes was on me. Ninja Gaiden 2, vanilla version, all my mistakes is fucking random. Because sometimes enemies can just grab you out of nowhere because there's so much enemies that, God forbid you get grabbed, you're getting pummeled. You getting fucking raw dogged, all right? Especially if you're fighting the fucking Lycans motherfuckers. Like, you getting bent over, and getting dog pound, all right? Like, it's so ridiculous sometimes. And I know what people's gonna say, well, get good, skill issues. Every fucking person likes to throw that argument out. When anybody gives valid criticisms, you know? And all I'm saying is that if Ninja Gaiden, if that stuff was in a different mode, like Devil May Cry 4 through 5, when they have Legendary Dark Knight mode, I wouldn't complain, or I wouldn't see it as a problem. But it does get really, really annoying. You know, really, really annoying. And then minor little nitpicks like having to go get key items in order to progress the level, I think it's fucking stupid. The core gameplay is so fucking tight that you don't need that bullshit. I think take that shit out of there. There's no other characters in the game to play as. And like I said, there's no new weapons or anything like that once you beat the game or anything like that. It's just more difficulty. And that's cool and all, but again, like I said, it's so unbalanced that just certain things are just not fair. And for me, and I can see other people just finding that like a turnoff or not to be enjoyable. I think it's fucking awesome. But I also see that as a general criticism of the game, is that it's just not balanced correctly. And then another thing about that edition, the OG edition, is that has a limited accessibility, meaning you cannot get this game everywhere and play it on every console. You know, if you want to play OG Ninja Gaiden 2, you have to go and purchase either a 360, which, by the way, the 360 store is down now, so there's no way to download it, so you better go buy a copy, or buy the Xbox Series X or S console and go purchase it digitally there. And why would I spend $300 to almost $400 to $600 on a console that not even the manufacturers, the company themselves, really give a fuck about, and is moving on to multiplats? What fucking common sense did that make? So again, I can see why people find the Sigma edition more appealing. You know, I can see why more people would be interested in the Sigma edition or the Black edition. You know, those are more appealing games. And don't get me wrong, those games have some great shit in them. But let's not kid ourselves, Sigma fans. Sigma 2 is not that great either. All right, Sigma 2 has some shit that I don't like about it. But the things I like about it is really cool. Like, and I know there's gonna be a hot take, I like that the game is a little bit more easier for newcomers to play it and enjoy it. All right, I like that idea. I like that now because of the Master Collection, it's more accessible. In terms of actual game, I like that because they scaled down some of the enemy variety and whatnot, and the rate of enemies, I love that the combat system gets to flow and shine a little bit more because now you could do 10 hit combos because limbs are not flying off as easy as they were. Again, that is fucking awesome. I really like that. I really like that about the game. Having said all what the fuck I said, by the way, before I even get into my negatives of that edition, I love that you get 3 more playable characters. You get Rachel from the first game. You get Ayane from fucking Dead or Alive and was in the first game as well. But now she's a playable character. And I love Mokujin. Like, you get Mokujin from the DS, I think it's Ninja Gaiden Dragon Sword, that game. And she's in 3D now, and she looks incredible. So again, like, I love what they've done with this edition. Not only that, you get multiplayer, fucking multiplayer, bro. Like, you get multiplayer. You get fucking multiplayer. You and your friends can go slice and dice monsters together and fiends together. That's fucking awesome. But there's a problem with this edition. As much as I like that it's easy, there's no way to customize the amount of like enemies. So if you want a little bit more of a challenge, if you want to be punished like the OG, you can't do that. And to me, the biggest crime is that they took away the blood and they took away the dismemberment system from the game. It's like this purple mist that comes out of enemies, and it looks fucking lame. Now, I know they probably did this because of how piss poor the 360 version ran because of all the enemies and all the blood. But Jesus Christ, it is ridiculous playing Sigma 2. Like, Sigma 2 feels a little bit watered down because of this missing those 4 fundamentals. But it still has great shit. And again, seeing the gameplay on a high level, when you're seeing people doing like 100 hit combos and they're like synchronizing fucking moves together perfectly and flawlessly, is fucking awesome. And no one talks about this in the community of how cool the combat system is. If you're someone who came in, like, loved Devil May Cry 5, and you wanted that same experience, if you pick up the Sigma edition, you're getting that experience with how you can just infinitely combo people and really create your own combos in a game. But again, like, just missing core features, missing that. And then also, what makes it even worse, they added these boss battles that are just lame as fuck. I already think the Rachel segments and the other girls, Rachel and Ayane and Mokujin's segments, are so well tight and so good. They're short and sweet and to the point. They're so well good, you didn't need to add new bosses. Those bosses, the new bosses, the statue bosses fucking suck. They suck fucking donkey dick. Why would you add them in the game is beyond me. So, you have 2 different additions to this game that completely do 2 different things, but all have great strengths and weaknesses. And now here comes Team Ninja coming in and saying, here's the Black Edition. Anybody who's played Ninja Gaiden Black, OG Ninja Gaiden Black, the first game, knows that when you play that game, that's the definitive way of playing it. Even that one is kind of like the definitive one to play. And here, once again, as much as I love this edition, Black 2 is literally have some flaws about it. The first thing I would say I love so much about it is that it genuinely tries to course correct a lot of the mistakes that Sigma has. So the bosses they removed, those stupid 2 bosses they fucking removed. The blood and the dismemberment system is back. Oh, no one talks about how fucking awesome the sound effects are of smacking a motherfucker around with your sword and the blood effects coming out. Oh my goodness. Or you popping a motherfucker's head off with a flying swallow. Oh my goodness. Oh. And in Black, it brings all that core fundamentals back. It is truly, truly a really good, fun fucking game. And then to make things even better, like some, not all areas in the game has the enemy placements or enemy spawns raised up. So now it's kind of like the original in terms of more spawns and more how much enemies are on screen. Not as crazy as the original, but still more than Sigma. So again, it's this little fine little balancing act. And also the graphics. The graphics look pretty good. I already thought Ninja Gaiden always leads into like realism. So to see it now being done with the UE5 engine, Unreal Engine 5, it looks extraordinary. Like, really extraordinary. Look really good. I really like the design. Again, of course, there's always going to be some problems, like, you know, when you take like the art direction or the intended art direction of a game and then you like try to modernize it. You know, some things are not going to translate well, but for the most part, I really love the designs of all the characters and how they look in this new engine. So for me, I think that's really cool. Having said all of that, I just have to be honest, this is just Ninja Gaiden 2, but with modifications and a pretty looking graphic. I could tell that they took the skeletons of Ninja Gaiden 2 and just edit and change some core features and whatnot, and that's about it. If you played Sigma 2, Black Edition is basically a better ramped up version of Ninja Gaiden 2 Sigma. That's all it is. But is that a bad thing? Not really. That's, again, all the positives I just said is what makes it cool. But that is something that I think Team Ninja fucked up on when they marketed this shit. They called this the definitive way of Ninja Gaiden 2. And I want to say, like, I think that was the wrong call. But at the same time, I can see why they said it was the definitive edition. Because truth be told, they don't have Itagi's original code of Ninja Gaiden 2. The OG version. And even if they did have it, because they have some sort of falling out with Itagaki in the past, the original game director for the Ninja Gaiden reboot series. Ever since they had a falling out with him due to unpaid salary and also fucking a sexual harassment charge, which every time I think about that, I'm just like, oh, right, yeah, that's why he doesn't really make any games. But yeah, like, ever since then, like, they said they don't have his code, so it was always going to be impossible to get a true-on full recreation of the OG Ninja Gaiden game. Alright? Okay, sidebar for 1 second. This is future Mr. Degenerate here talking. I was just thinking to myself that I totally forgot to add this part to the video, but I just wanted to give my own theory on what exactly happened with the source code. Because, you know, you have some people on the community saying that they didn't lose the source code, and that people who saying that it's stupid. You got other people who saying that they did lose the source code. I think, like I said in the video, I think it's a little bit of a both situation. They probably do have the full code, but they don't want to use it because of Itagaki. They have beef with Itagaki, so they're not going to fucking use it. But my true theory is that they probably have some of the code, like similar to like Silent Hill 2 OG. Like, they have some of the code, but they don't have the full extent of the code. So they would have to modify and like mess with the code to make it like the original OG Ninja Gaiden 2. But they don't want to do that because they're like, why would we? We have Ninja Gaiden Sigma version. Let's just modify that instead of spending mad bread on modifying a code that we only have half of. So at the end of the day, whether we like it or not, they're never going to use that fucking old original code. And it is what it is. I don't personally give a fuck, because we can mod and do all this crazy shit to make it close to Ninja Gaiden 2 original if they wanted to go that route. Um, and that's all I'm gonna say. Back to the video. So I'm not surprised about this. I'm more shocked that the community's surprised because we all talked about it multiple times. But I think Team Ninja set the wrong expectations and should have done better to prepare people for it. But at the end of the day, this is still a good edition. In fact, I would play this edition over the Sigma 2 because it just, one, it looks better. Two, I fucking love the fucking gore and blood effects and everything. And three, it's way more accessible, especially if you're getting it on Game Pass. You can literally try it out for free on Game Pass, pay $20, and you're basically playing a better version of Sigma. Like, come on. And that's no slouch to Sigma, because like I said before, Sigma can be played on all platforms, including the Switch. So again, like, you're getting cool stuff if you get this edition as well. Not to mention, the shit goes up to 120 frames. And I don't know if you motherfuckers played a game in 120 frames, especially a fucking character action game in a higher frame rate. Mwah, 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 mwah. Beautiful. It is the most beautiful shit. So for Ninja Gaiden 2, Black to do this shit is fucking awesome. So again, there's a give and trade for all of these stuff. There's no online. There's some missing content on the Black edition, so that's also a negative. But you know, for me, I'm more open to this edition because again, the core fundamentals is so good, and also again, adding the blood back and adding all the dismemberment stuff is really, really good, and also the graphics look really good. Now, if you're gonna fucking sit there and say, "Well, Mr. Generate, I could just mod this shit," that's great. You can mod it, but console players can't. So this edition is so good for console owners. The only issue I have is if you're not gonna go the Game Pass direction, this shit is cost a little overpriced in my humble opinion. For an old ass game, a $70 game, this shit should have cost around like $30 at the most, $40, not $50. I think that's a little too pricey. And ultimately, again, like, this edition is dope, but I do see problems with all three of these editions of the game. And, you know, as much as they did add and change the enemy variety and the enemy, how much enemies are on screen, and later on in levels, it's not noticeable unless you really go through with a fine cone and thing. I really wish they had added, just like the OG one, added a mode where it's just like, hey, if you want to play Ninja Gaiden Sigma Edition, here's this, play this mode. If you want to play old school Ninja Gaiden, here's this mode. And I wish they did something like that. Again, there is going to be a update fixing some core issues and also DLC. Maybe they'll add the DLCs back, the mission mode and stuff that people saying are missing. But suffice it to say, personally, I think this is a better edition than Ninja Gaiden Sigma, but Sigma is no slouch either. None of these versions are a slouch. Because at the end of the day, none of this shit really matters. Because at the end of the day, whether you play the OG version, the Sigma version, or Black Edition, you're getting an incredible fucking experience. You know, incredible. Issues all aside, Ninja Gaiden 2 is peak shit. So if you want to play the game with 10,000 fucking enemies coming at you, go play the original, and it's like unfair, brutally challenging game, go play the original. If you want more of an easier time and also take it on the go due to the Switch port, Ninja Gaiden Sigma 2 is the way to go. Is awesome and great. If you want more of a graphical overhaul and it looks better, it runs on a higher frame rate, and has a little bit of that Ninja Gaiden 2 OG sauce snuck in a little bit. Black Edition is your way to go. Again, the PC port needs a little bit more work on, but that's neither here nor there. Regardless, all editions of this game is fucking awesome. I need the community to stop bitching and whining about which edition is fucking better. I would recommend all editions. I would recommend Black. Definitely go check it out. It's free on Game Pass. And just shut the fuck up and just enjoy Ninja Gaiden 2, Sigma, or Black, or the original. Who cares? At the end of the day, the game is fucking awesome. So, there's nothing to worry about or what editions you're playing. With all that being said, I'm gonna wrap up this video. If you're new to the channel, please comment, rate, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Let me know, what is your favorite edition of Ninja Gaiden 2? Be sure to let me know in the comment section down below. And until next time, guys, stay safe and have a good one, my ninjas. I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.